Hello, and we have match 3 up here for you. We're playing singletee, who we have played before in a triumphal arc cage match. So if you'd like to have a look at that, you could go find those videos. Anyways, up on the board, we have a couple interesting things. Notably, there's tournament and there's mountain pass. So getting the province first means you'll have to decide on what to bid for your mountain pass. And we have a little bit of draw in stables, some trashing in your junk dealer alone. Stonemason is on the board. Stonemason is always a big deal. Games can finish very quickly when Mr. Stonemason is on the board, so it's something you have to be cognizant of. As it is, the idea here seems to be you want to get thin with junk dealer and then get some prizes, some good prizes, and just move on from there, get some stables for draw, and then we'll see where things go. So I open with a tournament. I consider opening with messenger, but I really couldn't decide on what to do with the messenger, so just tournament. A bigger question here is between loan and silver. So my opponent open 5-2, goes for the junk dealer right away. Perfectly reasonable and correct thing to do there. I open with the silver as opposed to the loan. Now I knew I would be behind in trashing. I did have an opportunity to rectify that by buying loan instead of silver. The reason for my silver is because stonemason is on the board, and I was hoping maybe to get to 6 or 7, and then I could stonemason into 2 tournaments, so stonemason into 2 stables, 2 junk dealers stables. I was hoping to see my tournament here. Unfortunately, just going to pick up a single junk dealer. In the meantime, I have picked up a loan, and my opponent has 2 junk dealers. So they're looking real good. Now they have a silver of their own. Now it's a little bit dicey when you have loan and treasures that you don't want to trash in your deck, but I still rather have the silver in my deck from very early just because of the presence of stonemason. So again, another hand with 6 here. Could be stonemason overpay into a couple tournaments, for example, or throne room tournament, sacrifice tournament maybe. I also have the option of picking up just a single 5 cost, and I do eventually decide on a second junk dealer. So I have 3 forms of trashing, couple junk dealers, and a loan. The junk dealers are particularly good for trashing here, because they give you the extra coin, and that is going to help you to get to your province a great deal. So not a great hand for me here. 6 for my opponent. I anticipated either stonemason play here or training. He could put training down on his junk dealers and probably get to province the next time he sees both of those guys, but he goes for a gold. I was okay with the gold. I wasn't too unhappy to see him pick up a gold. I mean, it's fine. It'll help you to get to province, and there's also stables around as the only source of plus cards, so you want some money in your deck for that purpose. Again, still searching for 7. If I had 7, double stables in a heartbeat, no questions asked here. But 6, again, the choice between training and stonemason. This time I do go for the stonemason, and I take another tournament, so a second tournament for me and a throne room. In thin decks like these, I don't really want to have too many tournaments. I think 2 tournaments is enough, because ideally I would win 2 prizes, steed first and then something else second, because the deck is thin enough you could see the second tournament in the same turn. Anyways, we have this now, and my opponent manages to get to province, and I really can't bid anything here. I bid 1 because I want to be able to buy a province. If I just let him run free with tournaments and provinces, he'll get to more prizes than me, and I think the prizes are quite important on this board. Steed, followers, princess, they're all fine. They all do put in enough work on this board. So I just bid 1. Really I should have bid something like 5 or 6, because I knew that I could maybe pay off 5 or 6 in this turn, and if he takes it, well, then it would at least slow him down for a turn, although I'm not really sure what slowing him down means. He can trash still with his junk dealers, and he could still collide tournament and province, so he would probably feel comfortable taking like 10, 11 debt. Maybe I should have even bid that much, but I didn't want to take the chance that he would just let me have 10 debt and I would not buy province for 2 or 3 turns. So I just bid 1, he happily accepts the 2 debt. I was hoping he would not be able to get to maybe stable any 5 cost here, but he's still able to get to 5 cost even with the 2 debt. And he's going to pick up his first stables. So now, again, I have a choice after playing this junk deal. I draw into my throne room, which is terribly unfortunate. Terribly, terribly unfortunate. Much rather see it come with my tournament or my junk dealers. Instead, it comes with a stonemason. So I could throw in the stonemason. I could trash the stonemason, which is what I end up going for here, just to be able to buy a training and put the token down, reluctantly so, on the tournament. Reluctantly, because those tournaments are not going to be drawing you cards as frequently later in the game. Putting the token in it now is really a short-term thing where I want to use the tournaments to get to my province while they could probably still sneak through, seeing as how my opponent only has the 1 province. I considered putting it on junk dealer. Maybe I should have put it on junk dealer if it was just going to be a short-term thing, but then I don't know, you can't really play a junk dealer that frequently later in the game. There's just not enough things to trash. So my opponent manages to get the first prize off here, which is going to be a princess for him. I was surprised. I thought it would be, I thought it would be the steed and then he would draw and try to get a second prize, but instead he goes for the princess and makes very good use of it, picking up a stonemason for 2 stables and then a stonemason again for throne room and tournament. So quite quickly his deck has become very, very strong, meaning he has put all the action cards in it very quickly anyway. The princess, like I said, is fine here. And again, I drew into this throne room, this cursed throne room, dead. On the other hand, I am able to trash a couple things and get to my province, so I'm looking fairly clean. The loans and the junk dealers have put in enough work. And on this turn, if I can collide, I'm able to block my opponent here. Great. If I'm able to collide, I could probably pick up 2 prizes on this turn with the kind of draw I have in my deck. Let's see what the throne junk dealer draws me. First one, copper. Second one, tournament. No. Loan. And this is the turn that effectively sinks me here. I gave my opponent 8 points of the mountain pass, plus he has another 6 from his province. I really needed something other than copper and loan to show up here. Stables would have been brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. As is, we have this junk hand. I'm not even sure what to do with it here. Tournament, I really don't want to get another tournament. I expect my opponent will pick up another province soon and those tournaments will just be stuck in my hand. Throne room seems natural. I pick up our horse traders here in anticipation of him picking up the followers soon. With stables, as you only draw, the followers discard attack is going to hurt a lot. And you could clean up the estates with your junk dealers, always keeping them, fresh. So I do resign shortly here because my opponent is able to stifle my turn and also pick up 2 prizes on his turn here. I feel like there's not a lot I could have done in this game. If you see something where I could have improved on, please tell me in this game because I would really like to know. I was trying real hard because I felt like ever since my opponent opened with the junk deal, I was behind and I was trying very, very hard to, come out of that hole. Junk dealer and first player. And I was trying to make the right decisions to get me out of the hole there, but it didn't work out for me here. So if you see something, please let me know. I would really appreciate that. I keep the tournaments here in the hope that they can sneak through and maybe I could still get a province and maybe do something, but after I see these tournaments get blocked, I decide to call it a game and move on to game 2. So this is how the first one ends. Thanks for watching and I will see you in game 2.